Welcome to Defiance High School Baseball. Tonight we're going to cover pitching. I'm Tom Held, head coach here at Defiance High School. And what we're going to go over throughout the night, we're going to start off with our towel drills, which are our intro, our warm-up for our pitchers. Then we'll go into our throwing drills that lead to our throwing mechanics. From them, we'll introduce you to our long toss program, and then on to our off-season throwing, and then on to some live pitching on the mound tonight. I'd also like to introduce our assistant coach, Rick Weaver. Rick Weaver is our hitting instructor and also will be helping out with our pitching tonight. Next to Rick Weaver is senior Justin Hancock, 6'2", 145-pound senior. Next to Justin Hancock is Dace Kime, 6'4", junior. Next to Dace Kime with us tonight will be Eric Stapleton, a 6'7", sophomore. Also next to Eric, we also brought in two young guys to show you that we start at a very young age. We have Tyler Underwood, a 6th grader. And also along tonight with us is Michael Menendez, a 4th grader at Defiance. First segment tonight is going to be our towel drill series. We'll have 3 basic drills that we do with our towels, and we will demonstrate those right now. Okay, and what they're going to do is they're going to get in the release position. And we're looking at 2 things. Glove hand is palm up, and then they're going to give 5 flicks to the glove. Okay, and they're just going to flick the glove 5 times. Just a good wrist flick, and then they're going to get after it on 5, and what we're looking on is our balance here. We're looking at keeping our stem in our release position. Our back leg is off the ground. We want to try to keep a flat back as best we can. And what we'll do here is we'll usually do 2 sets of these, and they rotate. Next guy will go along, and they'll do the same thing. What we're looking for here is bringing the elbow straight back and reaching back and letting it fly. So we're accomplishing 2 things with this: balance and also our arm action. Then our second segment of our towel drills, we'll go to what we call our hip drills. We're trying to trigger our hips here. All right, we want our lower body to lead the way. Definitely our lower body will come before our upper body. So they're just going to give 3. Popping the hips 3 times, and then on the 4th one they're going to get after it and go live. All right, and all this is developing some muscle memory, and knowing that we got to get our hips and develop some torque in our delivery. We want a concentration here is also keeping our elbows shoulder height. Okay, once in a while they will sink. All right, we're going to keep those elbows shoulder height. Once again, the same action of our delivery. Our glove hands rolling over, looking for chest over knee. And they'll do, once again, 2 sets of these, 5 reps apiece. They'll switch over. A new guy will go. You see from this angle, you can really keep an eye here on his elbow lift. They're taking a 4-seam grip with the towels. Okay, the towel is you're holding the towel in the middle of your towel. All these are cut-up towels, hand towels. That we use. What we really like about these is something you can do in your living room. You don't have to do these outside. You can do these all year. Once again, it's just a warm-up and working on some basic things within the delivery. And this one right here, once again, is all about our torque, developing torque and having our lower body come before our upper body. Then we'll go to our 3rd set. This is what we call our load and go. They're going to get their stride. They get the distance of the stride, then they walk off 5 steps. Okay, they got to find their spot. They just load up and go. We just kind of coming from their stretch, going with their lift leg, really learning once again to keep the upper body back. Lower body leads the way. You'll see a little bit of tilt there, and we're working the whole. What we're trying to accomplish on this drill is the length of our stride. We want to try to be over 100% in our length of our stride, from our height. And our length of our stride wants to be 100% of that. All 3 of our guys are well over 100%. And once again, they will do 2 sets of these as well, 5 reps apiece. You'll see a big difference on the front. Your glove side is so important. You see the older guys do a pretty good job of that glove hand of staying out. We want to take our chest to our glove. And you'll see the littler guys have a little more problem with that. And and they lose a little bit of that front side. Okay, you want that good firm glove side, keeping that, taking that chest to the glove. We don't want it to dangle. We don't want it to fall behind our back. That is where we get all our balance. That is where we get all our balance. We really concentrate on legs. And once again, this drill, the whole reason for this drill is to accomplish our lengthen our stride and work on our legs. Looking here is our grip. Okay, this is the first one you're seeing is our 4-seam grip. And one thing that's very important with a 4-seam grip is you do not want your fingers real wide. If you're looking at the 3 older guys, you'll see that they have a very small crack between their fingers on their grip. Okay, and if you see Michael, he's got a pretty wide one, but what makes it difficult because of a little guy, his hands aren't big enough. Okay, but that's a flaw that we'll see out of a lot of high school guys, is when they come in, their fingers will get too wide. Go ahead, fellas, show them a wide grip, a wide 4-seam grip. Okay, as you notice, they get too wide there, and obviously you're beginning a process of a splitter, and obviously we know a splitter is an off-speed pitch. So we want to keep our fingers very close together with just a small crack. Then we'll go to a 2-seam grip. Okay, 2-seam grip. Obviously we know with the 2-seam grip we get more movement. It runs, it sinks. Okay. And this is a good test to show you on your grip. The width of your fingers are going to be right on the insides of those seams, and that will give you an idea of how far apart your fingers need to be. Yeah, here's our first drill in our throwing drills, and once again, we really concentrate on our throwing mechanics more than pitching mechanics, and this is our first drill. It's just our wrist flips. What we do here is they're just flipping the wrist, they're getting a good 4-seam grip. Thumb underneath the baseball, splitting the fingers. And that might have been something I failed to say when we talked about our grip, but it's very important that our thumb is underneath the baseball, splitting the 2 fingers. And they're keeping their forearm straight up right here. All right, so they're just got the forearm, they're just working on a nice loose wrist, a nice loose wrist. After we've done a few of these, then we move on to what we call laying it down, and they'll obviously back it up. And when we talk about laying it down, you're gonna watch, now he's gonna have his forearm's going to lay down, and almost his fingers will be hitting his shoulder. Okay, and what we want to hear, you want to see the action. The lower we can get that hand, if we can get that hand below the elbow, right prior to release, the more velocity you're going to create. I know a prime example was Pedro Martinez in his heyday. He was a guy where his hand would be 3, 4, 5 inches below his elbow, and that's what we're working on here. This is the drill that really separates the men from the boys. That we have found out. The guys that we've been able to have throw 90 mile an hour can usually do this the best. There's some guys that can long toss that throw 82, that can long toss to the guy that throws 90, but what they can't do is this. So we really believe this is a very important part of our throwing series. And once again, they'll stretch it out, and they'll end up getting, at times, if you guys could keep stretching it out, fellas, you'll see how far Dace will be throwing this thing. He'll be able to get that thing out there probably 100 to 120 feet. By just using. He learns also, what I like about this drill is you learn to incorporate how to use your body. Okay, if you watch his body, his midsection, his torso, he really learns how to use this. No, is this the action you're going to use when you're throwing or pitching? No, but what it is teaching is how to incorporate using your entire body to get behind the baseball. Like I said, they'll stretch this out as far as they can, kind of like in a semi-long toss, only with our lay it down or our flip series. From our flip series, then we'll move on and we'll go into our 1-knee drill. Okay, our next drill will be our 1-knee drill. Okay, there's some different things we're looking for here in our 1-knee drill. It's obviously we're looking at upper body mechanics. Okay, so we're looking at, and Jaycock, I'd like you to go and just stop right at your power position. Okay, and this is the action we're going to have. You see that? That's the same as where we started in our power position, our towels. Our fingers are on top of the baseball and our thumbs are down. All right, elbows are shoulder height. And as we come through, if he goes through with slow motion, as he comes through, he rolls his glove over and he comes across, chest goes to glove, and his glove then pinky finger to armpit is what we call. And he'll finish with a flat back. Now he'll put it all together. And he just puts it all together right there. Once again, he makes it really look easy. What we're looking for here is pointing that lead shoulder and following through across. Watch the handbrake. We break everything. Our handbrakes break at the belly button each and every time. I think this is another teaching moment that we really concentrate on. There's only 3 or 4 things that we really concentrate on our throwing, and that is one of them. Our handbrake at the belly button and getting our elbow, shoulder height. Fingers on top of the baseball, thumbs down. Once again, our emphasis is handbrake here, thumbs down, fingers on top of the baseball, elbow, shoulder height. Leading with that point in that front shoulder, glove shoulder to our target, finishing with our throwing hand across our knee. Our next drill we're going to be incorporating here is what we call our torso drill, okay? And what we're going to have is we're going to be in our stance is going to be double shoulder width apart. You'll see Dace with a nice wide stride there, okay? And what we're looking for here, once again, we're looking at upper body mechanics once again. Now we're incorporating, again, the turn, pointing our shoulder, handbrake at the belly button, fingers on top, thumbs down. He's finishing in the box, okay? And when we're talking about finishing the box, we want all our parts of our body in the box. You can imagine putting two strings, taking two strings, taking it from Dace's shoulders to his partner. And we want all our body parts. That means we want our glove hands staying in the box. We want our head staying in the box. Those are the two main body parts that have to stay in the box. And we want level eyes, okay? We want level eyes. Head. Okay, we got to make sure that right there, Justin didn't break his at the belly button. He broke at his chest. So he really wants to work on dropping those hands, breaking at the belly button. Pointing that shoulder, staying in the box, level eyes, flat back, finish. That's a great finish right there. That'll take us to our third drill. Okay, our third drill is what we call our power pray, roll on the back toe. Power pray, roll on the back toe. Okay, so what we're going to be in our power position, we want to be a good, nice, wide stride, comfort, knees inside our feet. We call it power pray. And when we talk about power pray, you'll see Coach Weaver will demonstrate. He's in his praying position. Okay, so his hands are going to be together just like he is there, right around chest high. All right, and then he's just going to do the same thing. Come down, break at the belly button, and go ahead and finish. Go ahead and go live. And he holds his finish. As you see right there, every time we throw, we hold our finish. It's very important. That's something that gives us feedback and also our players feedback on their delivery. He's got nice level eyes on his finish, good flex in the front leg, good extension in his back leg. Gets it nice and smooth on his delivery, breaks at the belly button. Good. And once again, you can compare these with the two young guys, Michael and Tyler, and see the difference, and that's something we'll talk about. Very good. You'll see Dace here right now. He likes to really roll back and load up on his backside, which is good. One thing we find out, we do this from the time we start in the spring to the last day of the summer season and doing our throwing drills. Every player on the team will be doing this, not just the pitchers. Every player. We never know who's going to be a pitcher. And we just call it homework. You got to do your homework. We've had guys that have gone away and played on elite teams in the summer, and sometimes they don't do their homework every day, and they lose a little bit of mechanics. So this is very important to stay with and be consistent and repeat your delivery. Okay, Justin's going to demonstrate our power with arms, back leg through. So he's going to get in the power position, and he's just going to swing his arms so he gets nice and loose because we want a nice, loose delivery. And now we're bringing our back leg through, okay? We call this flex to firm. We want a good flex in our front leg. And then right after release, we're going to firm up. It's going to pop our hips through and generate that torque. So you see right here, nice loose arms, flex, firm, back leg through. He stays in the box the entire time. He does a really nice job right there. Good wide stride, big 6'7" guy. A lot of times your tall guys don't use their legs as much as they don't have to. Eric's really worked hard on this. And once again, we really believe in using our legs. We think it saves on our arm. Now, he may have hesitated right there. He didn't keep that good motion going. We want those arms. Once those arms go, they want to continue to swing. We do not want to come to a stop. That's where you're going to have injury. Very good. Once again, power with arms, back leg through. Nice and loose. You want to be a nice, loose upper body. Nice, loose upper body. Get those arms swinging. You see he kind of gets back on his back leg. All right, keeping his weight back. That gives him some power. And And we really work on there, looking at the lower body, we're really working on flex to firm, flex to firm. There's his flex, and he firms up, pops those hips through. Okay, from our power with arms, back leg through then, we will go to what we call our release drill. Okay, it's kind of back shaping. So we're going to be in our release position. We're going to be in our release position. And we're out there kind of like we are in our towel drills. We do our towel flicks, okay, if we're here. And then we just load up and go put it all together from our release position and let it fly. Start. This is, once again, this is just kind of muscle memory. Starting from the end and going back to the beginning and allowing them to find a way how to do that. Okay, our next drill then, after our release position drill, we're going to go into our what we call load and go. All right, so now we're just going to go and basically they're from the stretch, basically, and just be in a nice comfort. We call load because they're loading up on that back leg using their lift. We don't care what kind of leg lift they have. We like high leg lifts, but it depends what their comfort zone is. So now we're just putting everything together. Everything that we've worked on is being put together on this segment with our load and go. And as you watch this, we're really concentrating on all the things that we talked about. Like I said, there's only 3 or 4 main things that we really talk about, and that's our handbrake. And then we were looking on staying back, our lower body leading the way, get a little tilt on our upper body. And we want to make sure our lead leg's leading the way, okay? We want to try to keep our heel, we want our lift leg heel to kind of lead to our landing. And once that foot hits, then the torque happens. Something else that we failed to mention was in our lift leg, we want our lift leg, like I said, we don't care the height of our lift leg, but what we do care is we want our lift leg to come straight up and straight down. And one thing that we really talk about in a teaching moment is we want to pinch our knees, okay? We want to pinch our knees. So when our lift leg is coming down, if a guy has a problem of staying back, we really talk to him about pinching our knees. Maybe we even sometimes tell them, make them rub their knee, and this really keeps their weight back. And then it allows, and the one thing we have found out, the longer you can keep your upper body back, the longer your stride's going to be. If your upper body comes with your lower body, you're going to get on your front foot just like you do hitting. And it's going to prevent you from generating that good torque and that explosion. He does this really nice and easy. And like I said, after we talk about our handbrake at the belly button, thumbs down, fingers on top. Our lift leg, we're talking about straight up, straight down, pinching the knees. We're talking about our landing. We want to be in a good where when we land, our elbows are going to be shoulder height. And then we're going to finish up with our flex to firm. And